afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're tuning in. Y'all able to hear me? It is good morning, because I know for the man, the myth, the legend, Bronca, it is morning, right, everybody? I think for Bronca. Y'all able to hear me? How's the audio? How is the audio? Y'all able to hear me? Good audio. It's rock and roll, man. What are you talking about? Number one, there was never even a planned one-on-one debate between me and Agan. Been trying to get that planned. Ari has been trying to get that done for a while. My friend, you don't know what you're talking about. And when I was heading over there, as I've said many times over, my flights were delayed. I missed a full day, meaning I missed meeting up with the Orientals. I missed meeting up with a friend of mine. And I missed filming with Catholic Answers as well. I missed all of that. I lost a full day. So don't spread lies if you don't know, man. And if that's really all that you can do, if all you can really do is slander and talk trash, take a little bit of a break. You got a timeout from the mods. Everybody, we're going to have a wonderful one. Nobody's going to be able to bother us. We're going to have a great one. We're going to have a phenomenal one. And I want to give all of y'all a shout out. How y'all doing today? Good afternoon. Good evening. Love all of you all. We're going to have a fantastic one. We're going to open it up talking about what predestination is. But hold on. Let me make sure I got my Bible software open. I do. And if need be, we get the crash out of the way early, man. We're going to open it up talking about the omniscience of God. Talking about predestination is what we're going to do. We're going to have a great time. Audience, I know I already see some incredible super chats coming in. And we're going to do what we always do. What I said that we're going to be doing from now on, from here on out, we're going to open it up with a beautiful musing from the near and dear brother, Saint Francis Baby Toe. We love him dearly. Faithful, how y'all doing today? How y'all doing? Y'all doing wonderful today? Let's dive in to a wonderful musing called The Divine Stamp, in the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Let's dive in. Man has become filthy by sin. We were created to reflect the glory of God to creation. We were supposed to be his perfect images to all of creation, physical and spiritual in one being. We were the uniting creature between the angels and the animals. When our first parents did sin, our souls received the smudges of sin, which dimmed the glory of God reflected in us. When the Creator became the holy infant Jesus, hope filled creation that we would be restored. The holy face of Jesus provided the avenue to place the divine stamp, I love that, upon our souls again. When we are devoted to the bloody yet holy face of Jesus, we are engaged in making reparations for the blasphemies committed against the holy face of our King. When we are devoted to the sorrowful and holy face of Jesus, we are working with the most holy Trinity in restoring and placing anew the divine stamp upon souls. To be devoted to the holy face of Jesus is to be committed to the mission of Christ. I love that. I truly love that. Faithful, how y'all doing? I love beginning off with that. And indeed, we're going to have a great time today. I am thrilled and pumped, audience. Today was my daughter's first Holy Communion. So very, very happy. Now I did say that I was going to break down and cry there, and I did, like a little baby. Thank the good Lord that there is no video and there are no photos of me actually crying. Thank God for that. But in terms of me getting very emotional, I really did. Very, very happy. And later on in the show, maybe I will share a photo of my daughter, of me and her there. What a wonderful day. What a wonderful day. Nothing could have prepared me for that, is all I got to say. Nothing can prepare you. For those of you all that have gone through that already, many of y'all already have children. Many of y'all have probably gone through this already. For those of y'all that have gone through it, you know exactly what I'm talking about, but nothing can prepare you for it. In terms of the emotional roller coaster, had a great time, a wonderful time, and happy to be with all of you all, and happy to get the ball rolling. We're going to talk a little bit about predestination and the omniscience of God. And then we're going to dive right into the super chats. We're going to have an incredible time. We're going to go right into it in a moment. I'll get to all super chats, all of them. Anything you have on your mind, audience, send it in the chat. We're going to be here. How long do I got? How long do I have? I've got 2 hours and 17 minutes. We got plenty of time. We're going to rock and roll. We're going to have a great time taking any and all questions from you all. So we're going to dive in. But we're going to begin talking about the omniscience of God. God knows all. So if God really does know all, are we really free is the question. And I spent a lot of time reading on, researching, diving in, looking at the Thomistic view, looking at the view within Molinism last night. I went to bed incredibly late doing a lot of reading, trying to find a way to break it down in an understandable manner for everybody. And I think that hopefully by the grace of the Lord, we'll be able to do that today. And I wrote down a lot of notes, and I'm actually looking at my notes. So we're going to go over that. We're going to have a great time. The real question is this: does God knowing everything mean that we lack free will, or mean that ultimately that we're puppets? Now, the Bible clearly teaches that two things: God knows all things, and humans do make real choices. Pay attention. God knows all things, and as humans, we really do make our choices. Both of those can complement one another without confusing matters. And one particular passage I love going to is in Isaiah 46, 9-10, where it says, "I am God, and there is no other, declaring the end from the beginning, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will accomplish all by my purpose." And then the verse that I read yesterday, such an important one, such a really, really important verse, that being the verse in Deuteronomy. Where is it? What happened? I had the verse open. Deuteronomy 30, verse 19. "I have set before you life and death, therefore choose life." So the Bible doesn't present a contradiction. We got to break that down first and foremost. The Bible doesn't present a contradiction. Now, I will tell you this. It presents a mystery. It isn't easy. For those of you all that are wondering and thinking, well, hold on, William, this is not easy. I am with you 100%. It isn't easy. And I was thinking about it last night as I prayed. I was praying about it for a long time. I stayed up till really late. In fact, I hardly got any rest reading and doing research just in this topic for you all today. I hardly got any rest, but that's all right. Because it really does present a mystery that as apostolic Christians, we've got to be able to harmonize it. And if we cannot harmonize it, we have a problem. Yesterday, at a moment in time, you all probably realized that I got frustrated. I did. And the frustration wasn't with Ari. It was with the fact that I couldn't make a breakthrough. And now I know why I couldn't make a breakthrough. I know why I wasn't able to make a breakthrough. Wasn't able to make a breakthrough because I hadn't really thought of many and multiple analogies, because I've never done a full show just on predestination. I got to do that. I've got to do that in the future. By the way, for those wondering, William, how do you do it? I'm exhausted today. I am as tired as can be, but I am thrilled and pumped to be with you. And after we're done here, in a moment, I'll show you all the photo of me with my baby girl. In a moment, when we're done here, I'm going to take my little girl, I'm going to take her to her favorite restaurant. I promised her after her first communion. By the way, she took it very reverently on the tongue in a very reverent manner. That is what she chose to do. So I told her, hey, after your first communion, we're going to go and we're take you to, I was going to say take you to Pump Iron. No, take you to your favorite restaurant, man. And maybe I'll even have a cheat meal. I don't know. But anyway, here is the issue. The Bible doesn't present a contradiction. And we're going to pin the link in a moment if you all want to come back here, because we've got plenty of time. We have plenty of time. And hopefully we get as many people as we did yesterday. And hopefully we get many chats too, so we can stay here at least till 2.5 more hours. I want to do a mega show. And then if you all want a late one as well, I'll do that. So in the Old Testament, here's another area where I want to go. I was praying about it a lot, reading diving into Molinism, looking at scholarship, reading the great St. Thomas, even reading St. Anthony of Padua. And a particular analogy that came to my mind was this. Imagine you're rewatching a soccer game, the great Bayern Munich, because Bayern Munich, they don't have to buy UEFA Champions League titles the way Real Madrid do. But anyway, you're watching a football game and you know the outcome already, right? You know that outcome. You know the outcome, but you didn't cause it, right? God is outside time. According to Psalm 94, he sees all moments at once, all of them. You got it, Bronca. You're right. There is no errancy in the Bible. The Bible is inerrant. You are correct. The Bible is inerrant. Wasn't that wild the way though that guy, what was his name? What was his name? Bob or something? That wild guy claiming to be Catholic, claiming the Bible had errors. That was wild. By the way, faithful, thank you so much for the support, your super chats. Thank you so much for your support. It allows us to do the work we do. We wouldn't be here without your support. So I do want to thank you all, including debates galore. We have, in the course of 2 months, we got maybe 6 debates coming up. And I want to thank you all and ask you all to pray for me as well. So imagine you rewatch a football game, a soccer game. You know the outcome, but you didn't cause it. God is outside time. He sees all moments at once, according to Psalm 139:5. Even before a word is on my tongue, behold, O Lord, you know it all together. That came to me. Now, it didn't come to me as if I'm an oracle or something, but that came to me because it was a verse I've used before many times over. So knowledge, think of it like this. Knowledge does not equal causation. We have free will, and the Lord allows us to choose our own path. Oh, what a good drink to wake me up. What a good drink. And if any of y'all are wondering, I'll tell you, this is the only pre-workout or only energy drink I will drink. I don't drink any other one. And I didn't buy them. It was sent to me as a gift. You know who you are. A deacon friend, you know who you are, sends me these. He's a near and dear supporter of ministry, and he sends them to my door. I am very grateful. Anything that you all ever send to help in ministry, I am incredibly grateful to you all. You all love the ministry, and you love Jesus, and I love Jesus as well. Thank you so much. Now, in the Old Testament, here is an example of what we call middle knowledge. It's a really good one. And at the 30-minute mark, we're going to begin going into the chats, and then we're going to, probably at the 45 or maybe at the hour mark, we'll open it up for people to come back here. Or maybe before. Actually, I'll probably pin the link before. You know what? I don't want it to crash with me making this face here. I don't want it to crash with that face. So I'll make this face. All right, didn't crash. Every time I think it's going to crash, I'm going to make a real cool looking face. All right. I know that will become a hilarious meme. I know that. I know that'll become a hilarious meme, but I don't care. Every time I think it's going to crash it, I want to make a stupid face. All right, no crash. No crash. Oh, we got it out of the way early. We got it out of the way early, man. Don't clip that, man. Don't be a bunch of haters, man. Don't be a bunch of haters, all right? We're back. Okay, and I'm going to pin the link. Just come back here in order, and when I open it up, I'll bring you all up. So if I were you, come back here already and be there, and I'll open it up, and I'll bring you up as soon as I begin bringing people up. I won't begin bringing people up until probably maybe between the 45-minute to 1 hour mark. I'll begin bringing people up, but not yet. Okay, let me see. So this is what I want to look at. What do we mean by middle knowledge? Let's focus in 1 Samuel 23, 11 to 13. Will the men of Keilah surrender me into his hand? Is my audio okay? Yeah. The Lord said, they will surrender you. Then David departed, and they did not surrender him. So what's going on here? Well, God reveals what would happen, which is counterfactual. Why doesn't it happen? Why doesn't it happen? They will surrender you. Why doesn't it occur? Well, it doesn't happen because what does David do? Here is where Molinism comes into play. Here is where Molinism is in action. And is Lino Molina in the crowd? I think Lino Molina, he's an advocate of Molinism, right? I think a lot of you all are. Why do we believe Molinism comes into play here? Because God knows what free creatures would do in any situation. And David freely leaves. That is why it doesn't happen. That is why it doesn't occur, audience. That is why. Think of it like that. That is why. Now, I got to look at this text because Father messaged me, and I can't leave Father unread. I can leave anybody unread. I can't leave Father unread. He'll pulverize me. He'll pulverize me. He'll pulverize me. I do have advice. Daniel, guys, if you are part of our Patreon group, they are just starting a class where they're going to be gathering. Patreon supporters are going to be gathering. We have a whole subgroup on WhatsApp where we're going to begin gathering Tuesday evenings to help one another. Daniel has access to one of the top Greek programs on the planet. They'll tell you in the chat if Daniel is there, somebody is there. My advice is you join us in Patreon, brother. By the way, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the support, my friend. If we look at the Exodus account in Exodus 8:15, when Pharaoh saw that there was a respite, he hardened his heart. Exodus 9:12, the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh. Whoa! What are we dealing with here? What are we dealing with? Maybe Ben is right. Right? Was that guy's name? Ben, I don't know. What's his last name? Ben, what's his last name? Lorp or something? I don't know. I forget. Anyway, does the Bible have errors? Is Ben right? Thorpe, there you go. Is Ben Thorpe right? No. Both are true. Pharaoh freely resisted, and God permitted it and used it within his plan. Molinism will lay that out for you. Within the theological paradigm of Molinism, God will place Pharaoh in particular circumstances where he knows how Pharaoh will freely act. Now, where else can we see this? Acts 2:22. This Jesus delivered up according to the definite plan and the foreknowledge of God, you crucified. Which one's true? Is there one true and the other not true? No, they're both true. God planned it, and humans freely did it. Molinism tells you, it can show you how both can be true without contradicting one another. In my opinion, that is a superior system. Let me give you another one. Let me give you the greatest free choice in human history. Which one is it? Who can tell me the greatest yes in human history? Who can tell me? Who can tell me the greatest yes in human history? It's the Annunciation. Holy Mother Mary's fiat. Luke 1:38. You got it right, Metastep. Behold, I am the handmaid of the Lord. Let it be done to me according to your word. That is the greatest yes in human history. God freely offers the grace. Holy Mother Mary responds. And in Luke 1:30-31, it says, do not be afraid, Mary, you will conceive in your womb. Now, does the incarnation, now here's where I want you to pay attention, audience, because we're only going to cover for like half an hour. Then we're going to go into the chats. We're going to answer super chats. So we're going to open it up to Q&A and anything you have in your mind. I need you all to focus. Focus. Does the incarnation hinge on Mother Mary's response. Does it? It does. Most definitely does. Molinism will tell you that. Thomism, anyism will tell you that. Scotism will tell you that. How? How is that true? Well, because God knew she would say yes. God knew in the divine mind, because God knows everything. God knew she would say yes. Does that mean that he forced it? No, not at all. It doesn't mean the Lord Almighty forced it. That, in my opinion, because I stayed up, I hardly rested to prepare for this because I wanted to break it down in a clear manner. Does that mean he forced it? No. That, to me, in my mind, is the perfect example of Molinism in action. Our Lord Almighty knows Mother Mary's free response. Pay attention. Her free response. And there is a world that Mother Mary is in, a world where Mother Mary is in, where he can actualize, where she will freely say yes. And that will not make him a puppeteer in any way at all. We still have free will. And I find Molinism to be quite superior when dealing with this, because Molinism shows that, number one, as I said last night before we got done talking about it, and I still think we got to do a whole radio show on it. I'm probably going to devote a whole radio show to it. Number one, Molinism will still tell you that God is fully sovereign, and that humans are truly free. Can they both be true? Yes, most definitely. Molinism tells you God is fully sovereign, and humans are truly free. That is why we can read 1 Timothy 2:4, where it'll tell you, God desires all men to be saved, but that requires you to be really free. Do we really have free will? At the end of the day, do we truly have free will? We do. According to 2 Peter 3:9, where the Lord doesn't wish that any should perish, but we have free will. God is not going to get you like a grand puppeteer and force you to make choices. I mean, I wish he did at times so that I could make every perfect choice and I wouldn't fall in sin, but we got our own free will, man. God's not going to force you to get your bass into confession. You're going to have to get your bass to confession, and then you're going to have to get your bass to mass. Because even though God knows perfectly everything that you're going to do, it doesn't mean that he's going to force you to do it. Just like David could have stayed, he didn't do it. Here's another example. Judas could have repented, but he didn't. Mother Mary could have refused, but she didn't. And yet, at the end, according to Molinism, and I agree with it, the plan of the Lord still triumphs at the end. The Lord's plan will always come through shining all the time. That is how it is. It'll always be that way. The man, the myth, the legend, Madden Shannon, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for your support. That truly does mean a lot to us. Because there on patreon.com, the courses that we put together, our goal, brother, is to elevate your knowledge of Christology at a level you won't find anywhere else. Look, I'm not being arrogant if I tell you what you're learning there, you will never learn in a Protestant course anywhere. You're not going to learn it anywhere. And I'm going to take it even further and tell you there is no Catholic course available online that goes as deep as we do. Father Coppus is a man. Now, I don't want to talk bad about any other Christologist, but he is the man. He is the man on the issue. It does mean a lot to me, brother. And we got a lot more coming for you, man. We got a lot more coming for you. Thank you for the kind comments, brother. You rock, man. So we're going to move on to some great questions, to some incredible ones. AB, how you doing, man? We love the brother AB. AB, God bless you, brother. How you doing tonight, man? Hope you're doing great, brother. How's the family, man? I will begin going backstage in about 20 minutes. There you go. Why did I ask if Lena Molina was in the crowd? He sent super chat. Am I an idiot? Why would I even ask if he's in the chat? He's right there. Forgive me, brother. How you doing, brother? And I want to remind you, for those that love our Christology, what are we working on? We're working on that right there. You're going to love it. Father Kappas and myself hope to debut that on patreon.com as well. Lena Molina, thank you for the support. Happy feast to the great St. Athanasius. May he pray for us. It means a lot that the day that my daughter got to have her first communion. By the way, how about we check it out for a moment? The day my daughter got to have her first communion is his feast day. And let me tell you one thing. I pray to him a lot. I prayed to him a lot during the day that my daughter was born, for reasons that I don't want to say right now. But, I pray to him a lot. He's one of my favorite saints. There's a photo from today. There we go. There's a photo from today. Got to take a photo in front of Mama Mary. Got to take a photo there with Mama Mary. Got to do that, right, man? Got to take a photo with our Immaculate Mother Mary, right? You got to do that. And in fact, that is what she wanted to do. Her goal was, she's like, I got to get a photo with Mama Mary. And I looked at her, I said, you're right, you do. You're right, you definitely do. I looked at her and said, you got it, you're right, you definitely do. We're not leaving after communion until we get to take a photo and tell Mama Mary we love her dearly, that we entrust ourselves under her mantle of care, her mantle of love, under her mantle of refuge, to draw us closer to her Son, to bring us closer to Jesus, because that's what Mother Mary does. Indeed, that is what Mother Mary is always going to do, and I just wish that our Protestant friends knew that. They don't know what they're missing. They don't know what they're missing. They're missing out on a lot, aren't they? They're missing out on a lot. But what a phenomenal day, man. I was so nervous. And Ari's like, dude, shut up, man. It's going to go great. I'm like, Ari, I'm nervous. She's like, shut up. It's going to go great. I'm like, I'm nervous, dude. She's like, shut up. It'll go great. And it went great. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right, Ari. You got it right. You got it right. All right. She was right. Maybe for the first time ever, but she was right. So there you go, AB. How you doing, man? As a teacher, I can say we all learn from assessing our approach and the adjusting afterwards. You got that right. There's no doubt about it, AB. And you are a teacher as well as, my family. My family, I come from a family of teachers, man. So I know all about that approach. I know about it because I grew up hearing it all the time. My mother, I think my mother taught for, I don't know, 50 years before retiring, or 45. I don't remember. She taught for a very long time before retiring. In fact, well beyond her retirement years, she held on for a very long time because she loved it so greatly. She loved it so greatly. All right, let's look at a few incredible questions, chats, and then in a moment, we're gonna go backstage. St. Francis Babytoe, brother, how you doing, man? How you doing, brother? God bless you, my friend. Now the question is this. Do angels know our destination? Now, they're incredibly intelligent, and they can know a whole lot. But they don't know, now this is where the language is important. They don't know infallibly whether me or you are going to be saved or damned, unless God reveals it to them. And God most definitely can reveal it to them. The church has always taught, and I dare say the Old Testament does make it really clear as well, that it is only God and God alone that has absolute knowledge of our human heart and whether or not we're going to persevere to the end. Are we going to finish the race, as St. Paul says in 1 Corinthians 9:27? Pray the Lord that we don't become adokimos. Pray that we finish the race. I pray that all the time. And the Bible clearly shows you, and the church teaches that as well, that only God has that absolute knowledge. In fact, Jeremiah 17 says, I, the Lord, search the heart. 1 Samuel 16:7 says, man looks on the outward appearance, but the Lord looks on the heart. Meaning, only God and God alone knows all. That means, what about our final moments in life? What about What about whether or not we finish a race? What about whether or not we die in a state of grace? No creature, not even angels, because they're creatures, naturally know this with a certitude. There's no way. Angels have great knowledge. According to the great Aquinas, not only Aquinas, the great Franciscan school, according to the Franciscan school and Aquinas, they have what is known as infused knowledge, incredible intellects, and they can observe human behavior. They can observe human patterns. They've got incredible knowledge, but they are still creatures. And by being a creature, they're not omniscient. By being a creature, they're not omniscient. So they don't know our future acts with certainty. That they don't know. And they cannot know what a person will freely choose at their moment of death. Now, that's a brilliant point, because the brother Daniel very often comes up, plays devil's advocate, and he discombobulates people. Why do they get discombobulated? Because they don't know this, but now we're telling you. So Daniel's not going to be able to pull that trick anymore. I love you, Daniel, but I got you. I love you, Daniel, but I got you. I got you, man. I'm sorry, man. So an angel might suspect someone might be in a dark path, but they cannot know the end of a particular person's life. Definitely not with what we call absolute certainty. They don't know the heart perfectly. Can God reveal it? Yeah. Yeah, there's no doubt, St. Francis baby toe. God can definitely reveal it. So even though angels are spiritual beings, even though they're spiritual beings, they do not directly read the soul the way God does. They can't penetrate our inner will, read our minds, and search our hearts the way God does. In fact, when the Archangel Raphael appears to Tobit and Sarah, it's very clearly from the delegation of God. And then he takes their prayers to the throne room of the Lord. So that's important. Now, can God reveal these things to angels? Yes. God most definitely can. An angel can be made aware of a person's salvation, but that knowledge wouldn't be a natural one. It would be revealed. So St. Francis baby toe, the answer is actually a yes and a no. The answer is yes when God reveals it. The answer is no, not naturally. So there is quite a nuanced answer. So, but what about your guardian angel? St. Francis baby toe, I know you know about guardian angels. I know that. Your guardian angel will protect you. Your guardian angel will guide you towards salvation, will help you along your way. Call upon your guardian angel. Did St. Francis baby toe, did you tell me that you had a name for your guardian angel? I don't remember. I'm sorry. But your guardian angel can also pray for you. Call upon your guardian angel. Help me out here. Now, they're not going to decide your fate. They don't know with absolute infallible certitude your end. They don't know that either. But they can help you along the way. They can intercede for you. Like the Archangel Raphael interceded, they can do that for you. Your guardian angel can most definitely do that for you. What a wonderful question. What a great one, man. What a great question. And we got the man, the myth, the legend. We've got the hater, Bronca, man. How you doing, Bronca? God bless you, my friend. No way, Nana. Who said I was 4 feet? No, I'm not. No, I am not. How short am I? You do realize that I'm leaning over, right? You do know I'm leaning over, right? You want to see me standing? I'm literally leaning over, guys. Come on, man. I'm literally leaning over. Do you need me to actually show you a full picture of me standing up? I'm not short at all. I'm not short at all, man. I'm not short at all, man. I gotta say. That is actually a compliment. You want to know why? I have been... I love Abel, man. I love him, man. Woo! That's why I love Abel, man. Abel can get away with that, man. I love that guy, man. I love him dearly, man. SW legs. I've been working my legs out big time lately, man. Sometimes twice, sometimes 3 times a day. I am fragile. Oh, man, guys. Yeah, I'm fragile. Yeah, completely fragile, completely weak, short. What else is there? What size are my shoes? 5, size 4. What else is there, guys? I love it, man. What else is there, man? Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I gotta tell you, man, you guys are such haters, but I love you all, man. I love you. Oh, okay. So you shouldn't do that. All right, good. Thank you for educating me. I didn't know that. Okay, so St. Francis Baby Toe, I don't think he did that. I just think I was asking, so that you're not supposed to do that. Okay. I don't know. I really don't, guys. I'm ignorant. Please forgive me. I'm learning from you all. Clearly, I'm wrong. I didn't. Well, number one, I'm not wrong. I didn't say to name your guardian angel. I didn't say to name him. So I'm not wrong. But okay. Thank you for educating me. Now, I tell you one thing. In terms of being educated, AB is one of the very best. AB, do you know why you shouldn't? I don't want to even assume. I'm stupid. I don't even want to assume. So, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I got no clue. Let me see if I can find this. Hold on. So let me show you guys a photo. Hold on. You guys keep saying that I am short. All right. By the way, I am not short at all. I'm not. So if you meet me in person and you actually see how tall I am, you're going to be like, uh-oh. All right. I shouldn't have said that. Not that I'm going to beat you up. I'm very tame, guys. I really am. Nothing angers me or anything. But the reason why I'm laughing at you all saying that I am short, because if you're going to be saying that I'm short, well, then one of my closest friends, he's one of my best friends, I'm going to call him up and tell him, you know what, Carlo? They're telling me that I am short. So if I am short, what do they think of you? If I am short, by the way, Carlo's an animal. Look at those arms, man. If I am short, what are they saying about you? I am not short by any means. But I'm going to call Carlo up on the phone and tell Carlo, they're saying you're short. I'm going to call Carlo up and say, Carlo, they're saying that you're short, is what I'm going to do. So keep it up. Oh, man. What a total bunch of haters, man. What a total bunch of haters, man. How on earth did they all become Ari? How are they moderators? How did they become? Who made Sir Minimi a moderator, man? Somebody must have slipped, and they must have been drinking a lot that day to make him a moderator. Y'all must have been drinking a lot that day to make him a moderator, right, man? God bless you, AB. The man, the myth, the legend says, don't do it. And we're going to take the advice because you are a legend when it comes to spiritual information and warfare. We don't have authority to name something. Excuse me, forgive me. We don't have authority. To name something is to have authority over them. See Genesis 2:19-20. Okay. Forgive me. Okay. I didn't know that. Thank you for the education. Look, audience, I'll tell you one thing. There you go, man. Thank you, brother. There you go, man. There we go. We finally got my man here. Got K-Ron here, man. I love you, brother. I love you, man. I am not short at all. I am not short at all. Anyway, I am not the kind of person that will get corrected and then say, or get educated and say, oh, well, I knew it. Oh, come on, man. No, man, I learned. I know where my lane is. And spiritual warfare, I am not an expert. AB is one of the best that I've ever spoken to on it. Speaking of people being incredible, Elena, why is Elena a hater? What happened, man? You guys got to Elena, man. You guys got to Elena too, but I'm just happy I haven't been called that other name today. Let's hope that name vanishes. So there's another really good question that came up, a great one. And it came up before we began live. So we're going to tackle it. Then we're going to go to Bronca's question. Then we're going to go backstage, audience. So if you all have anything on your mind, I want to remind you, we're going to be here for a minute longer, quite a while longer. Send your chats in. We'll tackle them. And you can come backstage. We'll talk with you as well. Did I pin the link? I think I did. But a great question that came in from a near and dear brother earlier. And he didn't say whether or not he wanted his name to be made public. So we're not going to make his name public. Was a great question. Hold on, William. St. Jerome says, and I think we got the quote. Let me bring the quote up. Hold on. It's a beautiful thing. I got WhatsApp on my computer. I can pull it up. Hold on. Here it is. This is on the perpetual virginity of Mary. And it is from St. Jerome. This is what Jerome says. Here's a quote. Let's read it. Here's a quote. Helvetius produces Tertullian as a witness to his view, and he quotes Victorinus, Bishop of Patavium. Of Tertullian, I say no more than he did not belong to the church. But as regards Victorinus, I assert what has already been proven from the gospel, that Victorinus spoke of the brethren of the Lord, not as being sons of Mary, but brethren in the sense as I have explained, meaning cousins. That is to say, brethren in the point of kinship, not by nature. By discussing such things, we are following, where is it? I start to, here it is. Are we not following the tiny streams of opinion? Might I not array against you the whole series of ancient writers? Ignatius, Polycarp, Irenaeus, Justin Martyr, and many other apostolic and eloquent men who against the heretics, Abian, Theodotus of Byzantium, and Valentinus held these same views and wrote volumes replete with wisdom. If you had ever read what they wrote, you'd be a wiser man. So here's the question. The question is this. Did Jerome say Ignatius, Polycarp, and those believed in the perpetual virginity of Mary? Now let's tackle it this way, because we definitely don't have writings of St. Ignatius of Antioch or St. Polycarp of Smyrna that indicate that they believed in the perpetual virginity. But what we have is sparse. We only have 7 letters of St. Ignatius of Antioch, and we only have 1 letter of Polycarp of Smyrna. And then when it comes to St. Justin the Martyr, is there anything clear promoting the perpetual virginity there? Here's what I think St. Jerome is actually doing. I don't think he is necessarily quoting lost texts. I think what he's doing is this. I think he is appealing to the apostolic tradition preserved in the churches. That is what I think is the most logical conclusion. So St. Jerome's logic would be this. These are apostolic men. They are the disciples of the apostles, or they're directly connected to them, right? They led apostolic sees. One led Antioch, the other led Smyrna. And those churches connected to them universally held Mary's perpetual virginity. Therefore, the belief is not a novelty. It is a received apostolic tradition because people from those churches would have known what they believed, and the church as a whole would have known what St. Ignatius and St. Bishop Polycarp would have known and believed. That is what I think he means. Now, is it possible, on the flip side, that St. Ignatius is referring to lost writings that are not preserved? Is that possible? I don't think so. I don't. Why do I not think that is the good argument to make? I don't think that would be a good argument to make because St. Jerome is aware of only 7 letters of St. Ignatius of Antioch. He's not aware of any others. And because he's only aware of those 7, in those 7, there is not a clear delineation of Mary as perpetual virgin. So I think that he's saying that the apostolic tradition is preserved in those C's. That to me is the stronger and the historically grounded way of going about it. That is what I believe he's doing. Because apostolic bishops are transmitting doctrine. How are they doing it? They're doing it through the preaching. They're doing it through the liturgy. They're doing it through the catechesis. Their churches are preserving what they taught, even if not everything is written. So when St. Jerome is invoking St. Ignatius, when he's invoking St. Polycarp, he's essentially saying the church is founded and governed by these apostolic men, always held that, and their successors taught that, and they let us know what they were taught and trained from them. And they definitely did believe that Mother Mary was a perpetual virgin, unlike the heretic Helvidius. That to me would match the better understanding. Now, as far as St. Irenaeus and St. Justin the Martyr, through their New Eve theology, I think you can extrapolate that they did teach the perpetual virginity of Mother Mary. Now, does St. Jerome capitulate for the brother that sent that question in? Does St. Jerome capitulate and say, well, Tertullian denied the perpetual virginity? No. No, he doesn't. He doesn't capitulate. In fact, all he does at all, the only thing he does is this. He only says this. He says, where is it? Hold on. Where is it? He says right here. Right there. Of Tertullian, I say no more than that he did not belong to the church. But as regards Victorinus, so Tertullian, he's not capitulating and saying, yeah, he denied the perpetual virginity. He's not doing that. He's saying, look, he wasn't even part of the church. I don't even care to deal with that. But then he goes over to Victorinus and he says of Victorinus, when he does mention, I'm trying to see something. Forgive me. When he does mention Victorinus, by the way, the work he's quoting from Victorinus is lost. That particular work we don't have. He says, well, Victorinus of Patavium, he does talk about the brothers and sisters, but he talks about them the way that I do. He doesn't mean that they're actual children from Mother Mary. So that argument is dead in the water. That argument is completely dead in the water. Completely dead. A terrible one. A terrible argument. Da, 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 da. The man, the myth, the legend, Branca, with an incredible question. Guys, we've had some good questions today. Okay, audience, we're going to go backstage after this one, and then we'll take some more questions. And anything you have in your mind, and you want to challenge me as well, I'd love to have you back here. You have something on your mind? Send a question in and we'll tackle it. If you got anything in your mind, we still have plenty of time. And then when we're done here, I'm going to take my little girl to have her favorite. Is this closed? Take her to her favorite restaurant tonight to celebrate. So here we go. Where is it? I hadn't read the super chat till now. I had only looked where it says purgatory. What a hater, man. Mr. Mini, 35 millimeter? 35, really? Inch biceps? Little Mike? Miguelito? Poo-poo Nana? Mike? Get every insult in under the sun, all of them in, before you actually ask the question. He's very smart. I got to tell you, you know what he did? He did what a lot of people don't do. He tried to fit in every kind of jab in the super chat box. And then he's like, okay, I barely have enough for the question. Now here's the question. What are your thoughts of other faiths and their views on purgatory? Is it only in Catholicism? No, it's not. Not at all. No. So, every apostolic church believes in post-mortem prayer for the dead. All of them do. And the massive majority also believe in post-mortem purification. They believe in that as well. Really, the debate that we've got on our hands is how to describe it. How are we going to describe it? The Catholic Church calls it purgatory. Eastern Orthodox Church will talk about purification. Some believe in aerial toll houses, not all of them. The Syriac tradition will talk of cleansing or refinement after death. Now, we are all essentially on the same page. All are affirming that some souls are saved, yet not are all fully purified at death. And they undergo purification before entering into full glory. That is not only in the Latin tradition, that is in the Greek tradition, Syriac one as well. At times I hear people say, well, where do we get it from? It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. Well, my patriarch didn't teach it. Well, I'm sorry. That's why you got to be Catholic. I mean, I'm blunt with you. Well, my patriarch didn't teach it. All right. If the early church taught it and St. Paul taught it and the early Jews believed it, 2 Maccabees 12, well, then clearly you need to come to the fullness of the truth and become Catholic. Paul tells you clearly in 1 Corinthians 3, each one's work will become manifest. It will be revealed by fire. By the way, Bronca, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for your support, brother. If anyone's work is burned up, he will suffer loss, zemiotesetai, though he himself will be saved, but only as through fire. That man, and it could be woman or man, is saved. That's not hell. But he's undergoing a loss, a kind of suffering. He's undergoing a post-mortem purification. And the imagery we have here is a purifying fire. That isn't hell, because he's not damned. That isn't heaven, because in heaven there's no suffering, there's no loss. But that is post-mortem, post-death purification. It's purgatory. The Greek for through fire means he's being purified. Ancient Judaism already believed this. Ancient Judaism already believed it. 2 Maccabees 12, 44 to 45. He made atonement for the dead, that they might be delivered from their sin. What does that prove to you? That the dead can be helped after death. That they're not in hell, according to 2 Maccabees 12. But they're not yet fully purified. There, right there, are the Jewish roots of purgatory. And the early fathers were unanimous in century after century after century. And here's the issue, Bronca. Not only Latin fathers, in the Latin West, St. Augustine of Hippo taught purgatory. Pope St. Gregory the Great taught it too. But then you look at the Greek fathers, St. Basil taught it. St. Gregory of Nyssa taught it. St. John Chrysostomos taught it. And then you go into the Syriac ones. St. Ephrem taught it. And Isaac of Nineveh taught it as well. What are you going to do there? What are you going to do? I almost feel tempted to say when the Hulk runs wild all over you. I'm joking. What are you going to do when the Latin, when the Greek, and when the Syriac traditions, all of them are affirming post-mortem, post-death purification? What do you do there? That's the entire apostolic world. What are you going to do there? And then if you say, well, my apostolic church denies it, well, I wouldn't be proud of that. I keep that a secret. It's embarrassing. Even Mark of Ephesus believed in purgatory. He denied the material fire. He denied that there was a real material physical fire, but the Catholic Church never defined that. What is the Catholic Church actually dogmatized? Well, this is really good. Really good. Really good. Tastes like piña colada. Well, the Catholic Church has never dogmatically defined that the fire is a material one. and that it is physical like an earthly fire. That's never defined that. If you look at the so-called purgatorial councils, we have Council of Lyon II, Council of Florence, and the Council of Trent. What do they define? They define that purification does exist, it involves suffering or cleansing, and that the faithful can definitely assist the dead. Now, that is something all apostolic churches should agree upon, all of them. But the Catholic Church has never defined the nature of the fire itself. At the end of the day, I look for unity. And I see no reason why all of us cannot be united on this particular point. And if you are part of an apostolic church, you say, well, no, I don't agree. Well, you got the link. They're connected. Come on, and we can debate it. I mean, I don't mind doing it. I've debated a top-notch Eastern Orthodox scholar in the topic. And I think I spent the majority of the time just quoting his own fathers for him. We should not be divided on the issue of purgatory. We shouldn't. We should be on the same page here. Yeah. Bronca, thank you for the support, hero. Lord bless you, brother. Thank you, my friend. Wow. we got plenty of trolls today, man. I didn't think we were going to have trolls today at 5 p.m. I didn't think we were going to have trolls at like 5 p.m. There you go, man. We got trolls at like 5 p.m. That's wild. All right, let's go backstage. Hold on. Oops. Man. What's up, Are you able to hear me?
Yes. Do you like the picture?
Oh my goodness, I hadn't even seen it till now. Oh my goodness.
Shout out to Sister Minimi for that photo.
What a hater! What a hater! Oh my goodness.
I had to. Oh, shout out to Sister Minimi because it's a great photo.
Oh, man, what a hater! What a hater!
Yeah. So I have several questions actually for you.
Oh, let's do two because I don't have a whole lot of time. I just got to notice that I'm gonna have to take my daughter sooner. Yeah, let's do two or three of them. How many do you have?
Oh man, dang it. Okay.
You have more than three? Let's do three. That's a lot.
I had 4 questions for you, but
I'm gonna be back later. I'll probably be back later anyway. So I can go in depth. Go ahead.
Dang it! It's just they're all in-depth answers, so
yeah,
I'm screwed either way.
Yeah, because I don't want to rush him. I don't want to rush him.
I didn't think you were going to tell me this. Sorry. No, I'm trying to decide which one I want to do.
I didn't even look. Let me see.
I put him in the chat.
Oh, man. Had you told me about that one, I would have been able to pull up the document.
Well, yeah.
You should have told me you were going to ask that. You never told me. Yeah. I mean, I can give a summary. I don't have the document on hand. I mean, had you told me ahead of time, I would have pulled up the document. I mean, I can tell you generally, but I don't have that document on hand.
Should I wait till later then? I mean,
yeah, because that one there, you're going to get people saying, well, hold on, man, where's the document? Yeah, I mean, you should have told me. I would have pulled up that document.
Well, I didn't know because it's just, I mean, these were questions that I just thought of like when I was waiting here.
Yeah, those first two, it'd be best if you, it'd be best if you wait for me to pull that document up. And I'm glad you're telling me. I don't know what I'm going to do
then. I mean, now I don't.
Well, you can ask me the bottom.
I feel like I wasted my time then. Dang it.
No.
Let me.
Those are not 2 questions. Sorry, those are 5. What do you mean? You have 2.
I said 4. I said 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, because the first comment that I made was exactly like the second one. I just reworded it differently. I gave you
let's do the bottom 3. The bottom 3 are easy. That's easy. The bottom 3.
Because I don't want you to rush through my answers. So I don't like sugar. I don't like non-depth answers.
You pick whichever ones you want.
Pick. Fine. I'll do one then because I.
No, and then do 2. Let's do 2.
It's.
Or do you want me to go really long on one?
I don't know. It's just I didn't obviously I didn't think you had limited time. So
Yeah, I do. Just pick any one you want. Pick whichever.
all right. So dang it. I don't know. Why don't you choose? Because I don't even know. Like I don't know which one is gonna be less difficult for you because I really wanted in-depth answers for all of these and I just
Yeah.
I thought I had the time to do it. That's why I came
No.
backstage.
Let's do
But if
the let's do the hold on. Okay. How about we do the after the union one and then the is there any difference?
okay.
Oh, that's a really good one. Let's do those two.
All right,
And
go
then
ahead.
and we can save the this one here. Hold on. We can save that one. And then the other one. The other one most definitely have to save it because they're going to accuse me of not being fair if I don't have the document. And
Okay.
I'll pull the
All right.
document. You know what I mean? That'd be best.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
let's do the first one. Okay, so these are good, by the way. They're really good.
You know
Uh,
what? If you guys are just listen, you know what? I'm gonna hold my tongue because the chat is starting to um be
ignore
very
the chat. Let's go. Ignore ignore the chat. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so yeah, the question, this first one would be: after the union, does Christ have two natures? So this is one of the one of the big areas that seems to divide Catholics and Oriental. At least the online ortho Orientals think that it's an enormous difference. If you ask their clergy and their scholars, it isn't so much an issue as it is for the online ortho community. Why do I think that to be the case? I think the online ortho community need there to be an enormous amount of differences between us to justify remaining uh, separated from us. That's what I think, because there's clearly a joint declaration of Christology that we've signed, which indicates that we are much closer in this issue than we are far apart. That's what I think. And I say that in a respectful manner. So the issue for us Chalcedonians now, it is no longer a question about the Orientals, which, by the way, as people that have attended the class with Father Coppus and myself, we've invited the Orientals to the courses many times over. And in fact, here's something that people don't know that I'll let them know. I haven't told anyone. Less than 48 hours ago, I reached out to a clergy member of the Oriental Orthodox Church, and I let them know that myself, Father Coppus, Dr. Goff, and Dr. Meinard are interested in having a sit-down dialogue. We'll keep you all up to date on that. With that in mind, we now move on to the question of Chalcedon. What do we believe as Catholics? Now, as Catholics, we do believe that there are two natures after the union. For me, when dialoguing with Muslims and heretics, I find it to be the most logical way of reading the text. And I am aware that the fathers can read them from both particular perspectives and they harmonize with one another. But for me, the language of Chalcedon is definitely Cyrillian. And I think that language is the very beating heart of the biblical text as well. Because the way we look at the hypostatic union is we're dealing with one person. Now, here's another thing, Ari. Here's where we get into the thick of it, and we're not going to break it down today. In fact, we wouldn't be able to break it down in just one session. The term hypostasis has been used in a number of different ways throughout church history. So it isn't just a matter of maybe, let's just pretend for one moment that this is a writing of an early church father. And we're about to read this writing. This early church father might use the word hypostasis in a different way than a later church father might use it. The way Chalcedon uses hypostasis and the way we use it is referring to a person. In that one person of Christ, hypostasis means he is one person. We have a hypostatic union. That means there are two natures. There's a fully divine nature and a fully human nature. So these are united, and they're united without confusion, without change, division, or separation. That's what Chalcedon dogmatically defined. That's the core of it. And I believe that that core of it is biblical. I think that in order to understand Colossians 2:9, in him the fullness of deity of Godhead dwells bodily, I think we need to look at Chalcedon. That's what I believe. And I think that the Bible is very clear. You've got a divine nature present and you've got a human nature present. And I think that despite being present, despite them being perfectly united, that's what the hypostatic union is, The union won't destroy the nature. Either which way, I think that they describe in a very clear manner a distinction of natures. So, number one, we don't accuse our Miaphysite friends of being monophysites. Monophysitism is about one nature. That believes there's only one nature after the union, and it is a heretical view. It's different from Miaphysitism because they're claiming Christ had one nature after the union, but they're collapsing his real humanity. There really is no real true suffering or true death on the cross within that particular viewpoint. It is a total mess. Another thing we don't hold to is we don't believe in Nestorianism, where you are dividing up Christ into two persons, because the Bible very clearly doesn't do that. So we believe in two natures, one person. Now, in Chalcedonian Christology, in Catholic Christology, how do they exist is the question. Now, this to me is important as well, because to me, this is the only way you can understand the Bible. This is the only way you can understand it. Each nature has got to retain its properties, meaning the divine nature is omniscient, eternal, omnipotent, all the great omnis. The human nature can suffer, can grow, and can die, meaning when you read that Jesus grew in stature, as Father Vainandi pointed out, the scholar the other day, that's in relation to his humanity. He can grow in wisdom. He can grow in terms of learning, in terms of that. But the thing is, they're perfectly united, and both belong to the one person, the one hypostasis, Christ. So that's why we can say, because we recognize the distinction of natures, we can say God died, because that Jesus Christ on the cross is a person, and that person is the God-man, even if the death occurs in his human nature. So that's why we believe that there are two natures after the union. And that's why we believe that that is an essential, that Christ, he's got two natures. They're perfect and they're complete, and they're united in one divine person forever.
Okay.
Pretty clear?
Yeah.
Good. Cool deal.
All right. Thanks, then. I guess I'll.
So let's tackle the other one. The other one being, where is it? Is there any real difference in Christology between the Eastern Orthodox Church and the Catholic Church? Want to tackle that one?
Yeah, if you have time.
So, this is a really good one. There shouldn't be, Ari. There shouldn't be. In the online world of the Ortho Bros, sadly, you'll think that there is. But at the end of the day, the Eastern Orthodox and the Catholics, we hold to Chalcedon. And because we hold to Chalcedon, we affirm the Chalcedonian Christology. And because we affirm the Chalcedonian Christology, there shouldn't be any difference at all. Because they hold to Chalcedon as a valid ecumenical council, meaning our first 7 councils, we shouldn't have any difference there. Meaning what we believe about Christ being one person with two natures, well, they hold to the language of the tome of Pope St. Leo the Great. That is their council as well. So there really shouldn't be any real Christological difference at all, because we both confess Christ is one divine person, and we don't say that he's a human person joined to God. That is condemnable, and that borders on the heresy of Paul of Samosata. And we both say that Christ has two natures after the union, period. That's Chalcedon right there. We all hold to Chalcedon. All of us hold to Chalcedon, and we all believe that, here's another thing, after Chalcedon, Christ has 2 wills and 2 operations. He's got 2 wills and 2 operations. They hold to that as well. They hold to that particular view as well. So in terms of the first ecumenical councils, the first 7, we all hold to the same thing. We all believe the same thing. Will they try to say that we believe in different things in the online blogosphere? Maybe some of them do, but ultimately at the end of the day, there really is no difference. And if you look at what our scholars say, what the Pope says, what their patriarchs say, I mean, we're on the same page when it comes to this. We don't even need to have a joint declaration signed here, Ari, because we have Chalcedon in common. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so in reality, there really is no difference at all then.
There you go.
There is no difference. So, and I wasn't referring to like the online world because I know the orthopros, they're not very intelligent. So
Sure.
that
But I
that
made
doesn't
that
surprise me.
comment.
But I'm saying like,
Yeah, go ahead.
but I'm saying like in terms of patriarchs, in terms of
Yeah.
our leaders, and looking back in history, you can say that we're both Chalcedonians and we both hold to the same thing as specifically only when it comes to Christology, I guess you would say, right? That's what it is.
Yeah, you got it.
In
A
terms of
thousand percent.
Christology,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
the
you
same.
got it. You got it 1,000%. That was a brilliant distinction, Ari, because when we get into the world of the Trinity, we can differ in the filioque. Great point, Ari. That was a great distinction you made there. Yes, we can definitely stand arm in arm and condemn Nestorianism, condemn Eutychianism, Monophysitism, Monothelitism, Adoptionism, because we're united at all of those ecumenical councils that condemned them. We definitely stand arm in arm there, without a doubt. That's a very good point. But I also made that comment in terms of the online ortho bro community, because to be honest, there is no reason why a Catholic or an Eastern Orthodox should not be able to unite in this issue. You know what I mean? There isn't an issue where we can say, okay, well, you're Eastern Orthodox, we can't unite and work together on this particular uh, issue. You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
I'm assuming there are other similarities as well
Yes,
in other
yes,
areas, but like I'm talking just in terms of Christology, our Christology
same,
really isn't different.
not at
Then
all,
is that's what you're saying.
thousand
And
percent.
I so if I looked back in history, and everything, I would be able to see very clearly that we are united in terms of Christology. I
You
mean,
got it,
obviously other things too, but like
1,000%.
obviously now, would you say the same for the Assyrian Church of the East, or
Oh no,
would that be
no,
completely different?
no, that'd be different.
That'd
Yeah,
be
that'd be
so
different.
the only ones that I guess are united, I guess in terms of apostolic churches,
Mhm.
the ones that you would say that are united in Christology would just be Eastern Orthodox and Catholics, then, right?
Yeah, because we both hold the Chalcedon without any need of any kinds of distinctions or utilizing different language. Yeah, it would definitely be that. That's a really good way you laid that out.
And then we all hold to the seven ecumenical councils. Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
yeah, all the way up to
Okay.
Nicaea too. So there's no difference there at all. Now, you as you laid out, here's one other thing I want to add. We all know that Augustine is one of the greatest Christologists ever. Now, Augustine is officially venerated at ecumenical councils that Catholics and Eastern Orthodox hold in common. Not the Oriental, because they weren't united to us at that time anymore. But with that in mind, Augustine taught. Okay, let me break it down, because I was gonna get confused and I almost confused myself. Okay, there at Chalcedon, that is the very beating heart of our Christology, right?
Yes.
And there at Chalcedon, the head honcho was Pope Saint Leo the Great, and his tome was the defining marker of Christology, right?
Right.
Okay. He was heavily influenced by the great Saint Augustine in his Christology, and Saint Augustine is officially venerated as a great teacher on the topic of Christology at ecumenical councils that we hold in common with the East, meaning we most definitely should be on the same page when it comes to this particular issue. Now, the Orientals do not, by and large, do not venerate Saint Augustine, and they most definitely don't venerate Pope Saint Leo. So, with that in mind, we're definitely on this issue. We're on the same page with the Eastern Orthodox.
Yeah. So I guess so maybe this is a dumb question, but
There's no dumb questions.
would you say that like in terms of Christology, when all the apostolic churches were united as one,
Mhm.
did we all hold to that same exact Christology, or did we
What do
differ
you
like all as one
what do you mean?
before the schism?
There were no Christological definitions like the ones you find at Ephesus until you get to Ephesus. So
So did we not hold into to any Christology? I
no, we
guess
most definitely did. We did hold to Nicene Christology,
I'm
and
talking like I'm talking like before the schism when all the churches were united as one.
that's
Like
what I was getting.
before they decided to break from us, we all held to the same Christology, or was it not defined yet, or how did that
Okay,
work?
it was definitely defined in terms of distinguishing between the natures. That begins happening at Ephesus and beyond. But are we on the same page there at Nicaea? We are. We're all united there at Nicaea, without a doubt. We're all united there at Constantinople, without a doubt. Constantinople in 381. And I would argue that even before we get to Ephesus, there was language of the dual nature after the union utilized in the early church fathers. I believe it to be found in the ante-Nicene fathers. I believe it to be biblical. So even though you hadn't had that defined yet at an ecumenical council, you can clearly show the church already utilizing that kind of language. Ambrose uses it, and we all venerate Ambrose. And Ambrose is most definitely before any kind of schism. So yeah, we were united in that particular point, even though these particular definitions hadn't come into play yet.
Okay.
That helpful?
Yeah. The other questions that I have, I'll probably just ask them in the groups, and maybe you can get to it when you can.
I think it'd be okay if we can do it on the air or in the groups, whatever you prefer.
I mean, it's because I don't know how late you're planning on going, and to be honest, like, because I teach Sunday school.
Okay,
tomorrow
then
morning.
How about we do it for tomorrow? We'll hold it for tomorrow.
Sundays are my days with my family, but I mean,
the next time.
I'll probably just ask them in the groups, and
then you got it.
And then kind of just go from there, just because
you got
it. Because I know your schedule's weird and my schedule's weird, so
you got it. That'll work. And I'll tackle it tonight. I'll pull up the document tonight. That'll help me get a refresher and look over the text again, and then put them side by side and give you a clearer answer.
All right, sounds good then.
You got it. You got it.
Thanks, anyways.
You got it.
You got it.
Good. Okay, bye. All righty, man. We've still got a little bit more time, man. How long do I have, man? I was going to be here longer, but I'm looking at my. See how long we have. We got Elena back here. We have a few other people. I want to make sure to answer every question before we go. Let me just double check what time, because I got to be able to get there when the priest gets there too. I don't want to leave Father alone for a long time. Hold on. Hold on, faithful. Okay, there we go. Send a message to Father. Bronca the hater, Bronca says. Now, I know that I'm right, that only Liverpool supporters go to heaven. And Bayern and Real Madrid supporters don't even make it to purgatory, right? Well, number one, Bayern immediately go to heaven. Real Madrid, they probably, sneak into heaven because they're really sneaky and they cheat a lot. So, I mean, they get into heaven, but they sneak into there. The way that they stole and bought all their UEFA Champions League trophies, I don't think they won any of them fair. Well, look, man, I don't even want to get into it. But, I mean, all those titles they won were unfair, man. The fact that you had to, bribe the referees, the fact that you had to pretty much give Ronaldo all these different penalties. I mean, get out of town, man. Get out of town, man. But Liverpool, how far did Liverpool get this year, man? Look at the table. Liverpool. What place did Liverpool end in? Oh, come on. 4th place, dude. You're not even serious, man. 4th place, dude. Oh, no. Daniel, first off, thank you for the super chat. But Daniel, 4-0 in favor of Bayern, dude. 4-0 for Bayern, man. I'm telling you right now, Daniel, you're a hater, man. Let's go backstage to Elena. We still got a little bit more time than we got to bounce. But I want to be able to get to everyone. I don't have the usual long time that I got. I want to be able to get to everybody and answer every question. We had more people back here, but they disconnect, or it says device is not connected, and I can't even bring you up. Faithful, what's going on, man? What's going on? Elena, how you doing, Elena? You are on mute. I don't know. You might not be ready to come up.
Can you hear me?
There you go. Yeah. How you doing, Elena?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Great day. Busy day, but a great day.
Should I go through all the nicknames? Let's do. Now there's Dwarf Mike. I think is another one that was made today.
Ari's been calling me that for the longest time. Ari's been telling people that I'm like a dwarf and everything. I got to show people the photos of Ari. Of when you're sitting down in the pew at church, Ari, Ari is so tiny. Audience, they don't know this. Ari is so tiny that her feet don't even reach the floor when she's sitting
All
down in
right.
the pew.
Oh wow.
I'm serious. Yep. I am literally serious, man. I'm not even joking.
St. Fran's baby tail's sister. She's 4'11".
She's probably taller. Probably taller.
Yeah, so she's real short too. I'm only 5'2". Watch her back out.
I have to find that photo. I got that photo somewhere. I started the war. You're the one that started the war, Ari. I mean, Ari's been calling me a dwarf like for how long, man? How many months?
Y'all are gonna make Mama like fall and break her leg or something.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Our 2-year-old got in between my legs, and I go to turn around after giving St. Fran's baby tail one of those nutritional shakes that people with gastronomy take. Is like it's their meal essentially.
Right. Yeah.
Our daughter is in between my legs.
Let's having a good time.
Yes, they're having a good time. Charlie, you want to say hi?
Hi, Ma.
Hi.
Jojo, say hi. Say hi.
Hi, Poo.
Oh no.
The name is officially stuck. Yep. I had a feeling. I really had a feeling that the
Don't feel left out. Christian's mom called me. I was in the car the other day, and I'm like, Josiah, say hi to Nana, and then he's just like, hi, poo poo butt. I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh my goodness. Yep. It is officially stuck.
I'm like, I don't know where he gets it from. Because I don't sit over there and call him that. So I don't know where he got it from.
I love it though. I love it.
No, but at least Tolly said it called you Nana again.
Yeah, I heard that. That's okay. I'm gonna get Liz too.
Here's an embarrassing kind of thing. For me, I was for the longest time I was called a monkey.
Oh no, that's not good at all.
Well, they would my whole family would call me that because I would all the cousins, so me and the 6 boys that were born before me.
Mm-hmm.
They had a treehouse in the back, but sometimes when I didn't want to hang out with the boys, since that's all I had to hang out with,
Mm-hmm.
I would be running outside barefooted anyways, and I would climb trees barefooted. So that's where the monkey came from.
That's where that nickname came from then. Oh no.
Mike, Nana Mike.
Yeah,
Can you hear
Daniel, it was
me?
a pretty bad performance. I can hear you. Yeah. Did you say something I didn't hear?
No, it seemed like it froze.
Oh, okay. You able to hear me there?
Yeah, it seemed like it froze. That's why
I think you're hearing me on YouTube. So there'll be a big delay if you're not hearing me on StreamYard.
No, I'm hearing you now.
Okay, good. Okay.
No, yeah, that's why growing up, I that was called monkey. I always climb trees and run outside barefooted, and I didn't wear any shoes.
Well, it's good you never got hurt.
No, I've actually never broken a bone.
Good.
Yet.
Praise the Lord. Thank the good Lord for that.
I pulled a hamstring.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
That is so painful. Oh man, that is so painful. I hate that.
Actually pulled a hamstring practicing my max on squat.
You got to return doing that. You got to return one day.
I'll probably return one day, but obviously not right now. I wouldn't have time for it.
Right now wouldn't be possible. Yeah.
Like I said, when I did it competitively through the public school I went to.
Yeah, no, right now I know. Wouldn't be possible at all.
No, I did. There was a friend of mine. It's crazy, and I don't know if any of the guys in here that lift can do it. He lifted 3 times his body weight. I'm like, how do you do that?
On deadlift or
Deadlift,
squat.
squat, both of them.
It's easy to do that when you're younger. As you get older, that can be tougher on the lower back. I can tell you that.
No, he's Hey, what are y'all doing? Hey.
Uh-oh.
Jojo, you have one and she has one. Good. There you go. Just trade. There you go. Good job, guys. Anyways, so no, he's actually it's crazy. He went and is now a rescue swimmer in the Coast Guard.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I'm like, how even does one person do that?
You'd be surprised. We have pretty incredible strength at an early age, but as you get older, the lower back, that lower back doesn't want to be pushed like that so much as you get older.
Oh my goodness, they're full of energy. I'm glad I had my 6 shots today.
6 shots, man. You're gonna be up late. I tell you that. You're gonna be up late.
You would think, but I've drank 4 shots of espresso near 6 o'clock one night and was in bed by 10 and went to sleep by 10.
My goodness.
I
need something similar to that. I've hardly rested at all. I got great energy right now, though. I'm great. Great energy.
Well, whenever you come visit, there's a coffee shop literally 10 minutes down the road from us.
I will remember that. I definitely will.
That'll wake you up with lack of sleep.
Probably won't do 6, I'll tell you that. But I'll definitely do a few of them.
Well, my medication sometimes causes insomnia, so sometimes I can be up to 3 o'clock in the morning and have to be up by 7 because of the kids.
Yeah. Did you have a question though? I want to be able to get to before I have to go.
Oh. Yeah, I was asking more questions about the because people talk about their angels, obviously not naming them, of course, like AB said,
Right, yes. I'm glad you told me that.
They just refer to it as my angel.
Yeah.
Like St. Francis Baby, so he'll say my angel came to me and told me this or something. Because I'm not very, I'm finishing the last bit of my OCIA, and if you don't do the in-person courses,
right,
it doesn't really go depth about angels. So in no other church, says, you have an angel, in other words.
Right, yeah.
So, when someone becomes Catholic, When someone becomes, no, I can only hold one at a time. Mommy's weak. Yeah, I'll sit on the floor with you. Anyways, no, so. Okay. Anyways. Someone. Okay.
Oh, man.
I am not running, guys. Anyways.
I love that.
Anyways. Okay, there you go. Anyways, so like someone who is just like still learning like me. No. Someone who is still learning like me and hasn't had an experience like with an angel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, does you choose your angel or do they choose you?
That's a good question. That's a really good one. Now, the Bible shows you directly that we all have guardian angels. In fact, the Bible tells you that little ones have their angels. So you actually read in Matthew 18:10, see that you do not despise one of these little ones, for I tell you that in heaven, their angels always behold the face of my Father who is in heaven. So we all already have angels. They're all designated to us already. So we don't choose a particular angel. We already have our angels. They're designated to us immediately.
Yeah. So like, okay. No. So my question is,
Uh-oh.
well, I'm gonna go. These kiddos, they're climbing on all over me today.
Okay, let me answer it for you off the air, okay?
Okay.
Okay, will that work?
Yeah.
You got it. No worries, Elena. Elena, you're incredibly blessed by having those amazing hurricanes. Don't worry. We're going to make an effort to come back again later where it won't be as hard, and we'll definitely bring you up again by the grace of the Lord. Let's tackle it right now because I got an idea of what you wanted to ask. And then we'll have time for a few more people backstage, and then I do have to go. But this is a great one, Elena. Now, the Catechism tells you, beside each believer stands an angel as protector and shepherd leading him to life. So what does that mean? That is direct Catholic teaching that all of us have an angelic protector. Keep that in mind. And by the way, for people backstage, on the right-hand side, make sure to let me know what your faith is and what your question is. Don't just say question about this. What is your faith? What is your question? Or I'm not going to bring you up. Especially if I don't know who you are. What is your faith? What is your question? I'll bring you up. Here is another thing that the Old Testament, now, it isn't only New Testament, Elena, it's New Testament as well. So the New Testament will show you as well. But the Old Testament as well, Psalm 91 shows you, for he will give his angels charge of you to guard you in all your ways. On their hands they will bear you up. So there are angels. They protect you. They are guides. But remember our Lord's words as well. Remember that. Remember the words of our Lord when he says in Matthew 18, see that you do not despise one of these little ones, for I tell you that in heaven their angels behold the face of my Father who is in heaven. Little ones have their angels, faithful. These are personal angelic guardians. And these angels stand before God. Remember that. They stand before God. So the Bible shows you that directly, that angels are there and they are there to guide us. Now, not only those, Elena, but even the early church fathers show you as well. So here's a beautiful thing about this, Elena. You don't pick them. They're assigned to us from the Lord. Now, here's an amazing thing as well, Elena. It's beautiful. This is a beautiful part of our amazing, amazing Catholic faith, Elena. The fact that a lot of times people think, oh, well, guardian angels, they're real cute. And, they're a real cute kind of a tradition. No, they are real. They're really rooted in the biblical faith. They're rooted in sacred scripture. They're taught to us by Jesus. They're taught in the early church as well. And they're affirmed by the catechism. It's official Catholic teaching. Now, why do we each have a guardian angel as well, Elena? Well, God loves us incredibly. And not only does he give us the sacraments to continue running to him and coming to him to grow in grace, but he gives us the great saints as well. He gives us Mother Mary, wonderful advocate, wonderful intercessor, the greatest of creations. He will give us the holy saints. And, of course, he also assigns guardian angels to protect us and to guide us towards heaven. Let me show you more, Elena. Let me show you more, Elena. Let me show you more. I love this. Here's another one. By the way, I briefly looked at Exodus 23, but Exodus 23 is a phenomenal one. Behold, I send an angel before you to guard you on the way and to bring you to the place which I have prepared for you. But that isn't the only one. Let me show you another one. Hold on. This one's going to blow you away, Elena. This one is one of my favorite ones. And Elena, I hope Elena's still listening. Elena, you still there? God willing, you are. God willing, my brother St. Francis Babytoe is still there as well. Here is another one that the early church fathers loved using. The early fathers loved this one as well, Elena. Check it out. Hebrews 1:4, Elena. You're going to love this one because I love this one, Elena. Check it out. Check it out. Are they not all ministering spirits? Look at that. Are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to serve those who are to inherit salvation? Look at that. Look at that. Are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to serve those who are to inherit salvation? What does that mean, Elena? And all of y'all tuning in. They guide us. They assist us. And as long as you truly do cooperate with them, because we can cooperate with them, as long as you really do cooperate with them, they can help you reach heaven. They can help you reach heaven as long as you really do cooperate with them. Yes. Super chat? What happened to the super chat? What happened there? God bless you, faithful. Thank you all. Thank you all for your support. You all are tremendous. We wouldn't be here able to do what we're doing without your support. Yeah, that really does. That really does tell me the question. I'm so glad that you actually laid the question out for me. I'm so happy you did it. I'm so happy the majority of people come back here really do ask. They really do tell me what their question is. What's up, Dave? What's up, buddy? I can't hear you, brother.
Yeah, how you doing, William?
I'm doing great, brother. How you doing, man?
Yeah, it's been a while. Listen, I know you got to go soon.
I got a few minutes. Go for it, brother. Just a few minutes. Yeah. I got a few minutes. I want to be able to get to everybody. So yeah. Go for it, brother. What's your question?
Yes. What can you tell me about the Eucharist and the? Let me see if I can phrase it this way.
Are you Catholic? I don't remember.
Yeah, I am Trinitarian, leaning to more towards the Catholic faith. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I briefly remember you.
Born Protestant.
Oh yeah, I think I briefly remember you. I briefly remember you. Yeah.
Listen, what can you tell me about the Eucharist and the fact that I don't know, it's my understanding that after the Last Supper, the bread was actually collected afterwards, with the chaos and everything going on, his crucifixion and all that. I
don't understand. What do you mean? After the crucifixion, I didn't quite.
I'm saying like towards the chaos with the crucifixion and everything going on. I don't know if it's true. I heard that bread that was left over was collected and somewhat according to church tradition, is being mixed in with, the Eucharist bread that is being made for Sunday Mass afterwards. I don't know if you knew anything about that, but I just wanted to ask.
Yeah, no, that would definitely be a legend. Yeah, there's no possible way. Um, I think what I gathered, and that wouldn't even be a pious legend. That would just be a flat out ridiculous legend. I think what I gathered your question was whether or not actual bread from the Last Supper is still physically present by being physically mixed into modern day hosts. Would that be the question?
Correct. Yeah, when they make the bread and the how the Eucharist work. I get it, everything's been prepped over time, but I think like over the period of time, every now and then, a small portion of it is
I've never heard
actually
that
mixed
ever.
in
I've never
there.
heard that in my life, but that's wild. Yeah, no, that's definitely just a complete made up fabrication. I'd also probably call it one of the silliest things I've ever heard in my life. But there's no need for that to be the case because you don't need to have a physical chain, meaning the same kind of bread there from the Last Supper, because the host is the same Christ who gave himself at the Last Supper, regardless of whether we've got portions from the Last Supper that continually get mixed in an endless kind of cycle until the end of time. We don't need to have that. The Eucharist is still making present the Last Supper, Calvary, that one eternal sacrifice. So either which way, you don't need to have that in order for the Eucharist to continue really truly being the body and blood of Christ. Yeah, so I'd probably have to say that is a legend, and I can't even call it a pious legend because I'm not aware of any early church father that would have believed that. I'm just going to simply call that just a flat out made up fantasy tale. But that does not mean at all that we don't have a valid Eucharist. We most definitely do have a valid Eucharist, and that valid Eucharist we have most definitely is truly the same body of Christ. It is the full body, blood, soul, divinity of our Lord, because that continuity was promised from Christ, and that continuity is apostolic, sacramental, and it is divine. It isn't a matter of it being material, because most definitely we don't need it to be that same bread from the Last Supper in order for transubstantiation to really occur.
Thanks, man. As always, I appreciate it, man. I'm
Hey, Dave,
sorry, I just had to ask.
it wasn't, there's no such thing as a stupid question. There's no such thing at all. God bless you, brother.
Yeah, I may have been wrong, but yeah, it's I appreciate it. Never mind. All
Hey,
right.
God bless you, my friend. Yeah,
Yeah.
anytime you have anything else, we'll definitely get to you. Right now, I'm just trying to get to as many people as I can. So because I might be back later. I'm hoping I'll be back later on tonight. It'll probably be late though, but I'm trying to get to as many people as I can. Just to be able to answer as many questions as I can.
Copy that.
God bless you, brother. Love you, my friend. You take care, brother. Elena, no worries at all, Elena. We love the Hurricanes, and I love hearing them active, alive, and just loving life. I love it. I love it. I feel bad that I'm so pressed for time. Usually I'll hang out here and I'll answer 1,000 questions for everybody, and I'll be here up to like 5 hours if possible. Tonight, as you know, I'm taking my little girl right there. I gotta take her. I gotta take her to her favorite place to eat. Gotta take her there. I gotta take her there. Gotta take her there. I'm very, very happy. Very, very happy. But I love the Hurricanes. I love you, Elena. I love the brothers, St. Francis Baby Toe. I love your Hurricanes. You guys are great. You guys are phenomenal. and if you got another question before I go, we'll tackle it if you do. And anyone else, I'll tell you how long we got. How long we got? 27 minutes. Thank you. I just saw you tag me, Ari. I love it. And in fact, Ari, I want to make sure that I've got that bookmarked. I think I do. Hold on. Shanuda. I do. Oh, I do. I do indeed. I do indeed, Ari. In fact, you know what I'm going to do, Ari? And I know Ari really well. I know Ari really well. She's going to say, don't do that. Don't do it, William. Don't be a meanie. I'm going to be reading it tonight when I'm there at supper. I found it, Ari. I found it, and I'm going to read it tonight when I'm there at supper. I know Ari's like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Take a break from theology. No, Ari. We don't take breaks from theology here, Ari. No, Ari. We don't take breaks from theology there here. We don't. The incredible Sherry, and I want to say, Sherry, thank you for your support, first and foremost. Thank you for the super chat. Audience, thank you for your support tonight. Your support allows me to go and spoil my daughter. Let me tell you that. Your support to ministry, this is what I do full-time. I do ministry full-time. Your support to ministry allows me to take my little girl out and spoil her on her first communion night. Thank you for your support. We are incredibly, incredibly grateful. And in fact, I will record a video with her later thanking all of you all. Not by name, because she's very... Ari will tell you, she can be a little bit of a jerk when I say, hey, call people, thank people by name. She will thank all of you all later on in a video. Thank you for your support, faithful. How many assigned angels does each person have in Catholicism? Is it like Islam with 4 angels, 2 guardians and 2 recording, or only protection and guidance? Now, in Catholicism, to be very clear, we have 1 guardian angel. And the Catholic Church is very clear because we get that from the Bible. Every individual has a personal guardian angel. That is official Catholic teaching. We get that directly from the Bible. Matthew 18:10. Their angels always behold the face of my Father in heaven. But it uses it in the plural because there's plural people. They each have an angel, though. They each have 1 guardian angel. Now, if you look at the book of Acts and the commentary in the early church on Acts, they lay out the very same formula early on. So what does the church teach? Now, here's where we get into a little bit of the nuance, Shiri. And Shiri, I'm glad you asked it. This is a great question. And if anyone else has questions, we still got 25 minutes. Now, you can come back here or you can send it in the chat. Now, when we look in our dogmatic teaching, here is what else we can read. In Catholicism, each person has at least 1 guardian angel, right? What does that angel do? Here's the question. What does that angel do? That angel protects you. Now, remember, you got free will. You got free will. So if, let's just say you're William and you're stubborn and you're like, to heck with you, I am going to just do terrible things and reject the will of the Lord. Well, your guardian angel is not going to get you in a headlock and make you do the right thing. That would be good. That would be really good if everybody's guardian angel. I'll tell you one thing. If my guardian angel got me in a headlock and clobbered me every time I was going to do something bad, that'd be great. But the fact of the matter is we have free will. But each of us has at least 1 guardian angel. That angel will protect you. And that angel, as long as you cooperate, I want you to pay attention. As long as you cooperate, that guardian angel will guide you towards salvation. What do you mean, William? Well, the Bible shows you that. The Bible shows you that. That guardian angel will intercede for you as well. Now, here's another thing, Shiri, that a lot of people don't know. Here's another thing a lot of people don't know. Is it possible that your guardian angel can help you resist doing bad things, doing evil? What does the audience think? What do you all think? Is the answer yes or no? The answer is yes. You can pray, guardian angel, please put good thoughts in my mind. Please help me resist evil. Please help resist bad things in my mind. Please do that. Please help me think of good thoughts. Please put holy things in my mind and in my heart. Please put holiness in my life. Please allow me to grow in virtue. Guardian angel, draw me closer to Jesus. Please, guardian angel, help me. You can do that. In fact, you know what you all are going to inspire me to do? You know what you all are going to do? You're going to inspire me to look at early church fathers and their devotion and how they talked about guardian angels. If you all think that would be a worthy topic to research, I'll do it. The Catechism tells you in Catechism of the Catholic Church 336, from the beginning until death, human life is surrounded by their watchful care and intercession. By their watchful care and intercession. Now, here's the other question that Sherry asked. And Sherry, you are brilliant. It's a great one. Is it possible you have more than one? Here's a great one that Aquinas dealt with. St. Anthony of Padua also dealt with. St. Bonaventure dealt with. God is not limited to only giving you one. Now, the church guarantees one, but it doesn't mean you're only limited to one. Did you know that? Now, there is one important thing I have to say. You only have one primary guardian angel. You only have one primary guardian angel, Sherry. Only one. But you can have many angels that help you at different times of your life. You only have one primary guardian angel. That is Catholic teaching in the Bible, in the early church fathers, and in the Catechism. But you can be guided and you can be helped by multiple angels throughout your life at different times. That is a biblical truth. How do we know? Let me show you. I hope you all aren't bored. I hope you all don't mind. I hope you all are not bored. Hopefully this is edifying to you all. How do we know that? Let's go to Luke chapter 16. Right over here. Luke 16, verse 19. There was a certain man who was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day. But there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, full of sores, who was laid at his gate, desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. So it was the beggar. It was that the beggar died and was carried by the angels to Abraham's bosom. Look at that. Carried by the angels. There are plural angels that can assist and can do certain delegations for you at certain times. But you have one primary guardian angel. One primary one. Is it possible many can be sent to aid you under the command of the Lord? There's no doubt. You know how? You know how we know that? Let me give you another example, Sherry. And I hope you don't say, hey, there's too many examples. Another example is in the book of Tobit. Sarah and Tobit each have a guardian angel, but the archangel Raphael is sent to help them and to intercede for them. He is personally sent from God to intercede for them. Yet another example. I hope that was helpful, faithful. I try to go very in depth. Repent before too late, my friend. Thank you, brother. God bless you, my friend. Thank you so much, brother. You guys rock. Thank you for your support. It really does mean a lot. You all allow us to survive here and to do ministry. Thank you for your support. And the legendary B. Mitch. Thank you, brother. You got to get that jab in. A little something for your daughter on her special day, brother. Thank you, brother. Oh, even though you're a Bayern fan, you're the GOAT, man. Thank you, man. You are the GOAT, brother. Thank you, brother. God bless you, brother. The Lord bless you, man. You guys are tremendous, man. It means a lot to me, my friends. And I promise you all, in our groups tonight, we'll have a beautiful message from my little girl. Probably after she's been a little bit cranky before. And why are you women cranky before you eat, man? Why are you women cranky before you eat, man? Have a Diet Coke. You'll be happier. Have a Diet Coke. We have 17 minutes, faithful. Yes, man. You remind me of the Bible answer, man. Hank Hanegraaff. Whatever happened to him? May your channel be blessed with growth, guidance by the Holy Spirit. I would give more unemployed right now. Brother, I'm going to tell you how you can give me more. Pray for me. That's how you can give more for me. Pray for me, brother. Not everybody can give. Not everyone can give, but everyone can help by praying for me. I tell you that. Got something in my eye. I'm going to poke my eyeball out. My goodness, man. I'm going to blame Ari. Every time something befalls me like this, I gotta blame Ari. Right, guys? Do you guys agree? Every time something every time something befalls me, gotta blame Ari, man. My eye got really itchy there. All right, I'm better. Whew. All right, faithful. We still got a few more minutes. Does the church teach that everyone, Sherry, thank you for the support. Does the church teach that everyone has an assigned angel, or only Christians, those that have been baptized? That is a great question. Let's open up the Bible. Hold on. Oh, man. That is a really good question. We're going to tackle it. We've still got a little bit of time. So let's open up the catechism. We're going to show you this. This will blow you away, Sherry. Your answer is right here. Let me show you. I think earlier, Sir Minimi laid this point out. And Sir Minimi, you're tremendous for doing it. What a great question. There you go. Right, Daniel? They're cranky after they eat too. Daniel, right? There you go, man. Now I know why I love Daniel, man. There you go. Now I know why I love you, Daniel. 100%, right, dude? Now I know why I love you, brother. There you go, man. Catechism of the Catholic Church, man. Here it is. From its beginning until death, human life is surrounded by their watchful care and intercession. So no, not only those that are baptized, Sherry, not only those that are baptized, and I'd be careful by using Google or ChatGPT. I'd be really careful. You're not going to always get a good answer. I need to warn you there. You're not going to always... Are they gremlins, dude? Are they gremlins, dude? So you're not always going to get the right answer. But it helps having the catechism open, which I've always got open right over there. I always have the catechism open over there so that I can quote it. Now, you may think, William, you got the catechism memorized? You're always quoting it. No, dude. I'm not that good. I hit Control F. I'm not that good. You're like, William, how do you always know where it is in the catechism? Guys, I hit Control F and I find it in my browser. I wish I knew the catechism off the top of my head. I don't. But I've always got it open because if I'm going to be teaching something, I always back it up with the catechism, church fathers, and ecumenical councils. I always back it up. So I'm always going to back it up with rock solid information. So I got it open right over there. And I just put Control F. But I do know the answers. And the answer is be careful with ChatGPT or with AI or Google, whatever. You're not always going to get the right answer. No, according to the official teaching of the church and the Bible, it isn't limited only to those that are baptized, meaning, okay, you're born, you get baptized, and all of a sudden Jesus says, you're going down to guide them now. No, not at all. That is not Catholic teaching. Catholic teaching is that every human being, from the beginning until the death, they have a guardian angel. But notice what the catechism tells you. Notice what I highlighted there. Notice I highlighted human life. The catechism doesn't say baptized human life. It says human life. It doesn't say baptized human life. It says human life. And their angels always behold the face of my Father in heaven. It's referring to the little ones. It's referring to the little ones. That's so important. So important. And Psalm 91:11 says, he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. Now, Sherry may be wondering, okay, hold on, William. Hold on, man. What about those that don't believe? They've got guardian angels. Sherry may wonder, well, what about those that don't believe? Are they still loved and protected by God? Yep. Because they have real guardian angels. Well, does the guardian angel really guide them and provide guidance? Yep. Well, can they reject that? Yeah. Well, does that mean because they have free will, they can reject that? Yeah. Yep. That is correct. Because we have grace given to us by God. Can we reject that grace? Yes. Well, then, William, does that mean grace will only fully work when you cooperate with God? Yeah. Correct. Now, here is the flip side, where you may then ask, and I don't want you to have to ask another question. I'm going to answer it. If you wonder, you're like, okay, hold on though, William. What if I crave becoming Catholic? And we all pray that you do. What if I crave becoming Catholic, William? Will that mean, is there any change in me in terms of the guardian angel? Yeah. You become more receptive of their guidance. Why? Because you want to follow the ways of the Lord. You want to follow Jesus in everything. You want to worship Jesus in every way of your life. You want to worship the Lord in every way of your life. You most definitely are more open, more receptive to your angel's guidance. You definitely are. Whereas a non-believer can ignore, they can even resist that. A non-believer can ignore or even resist that. But every human being, every single one, all of us have guardian angels. All of us. Great questions, man. How long? Faithful, I do want to thank you all so much for your support. As I said, got 11 minutes. As I said, Faithful, we are here, able to do what we're doing because of your support. And because of your support, I'm going to take my little girl out to her favorite restaurant later, where I'm going to probably have a big old fat steak. And she's probably going to have who knows what. And she'll have some wonderful ice cream. Thank you so much for your support, Faithful. You guys are tremendous. Curious, is this the same Lazarus that Jesus rose from the dead? Or is it two different Lazarus? They're two different ones, brother. Because the one that was carried by angels is the one from the parable. And that can trip people up and confuse them. The one carried by the angels is from the parable. That's the rich man and Lazarus parable. And that's from the Gospel of St. Luke, chapter 16. Off the top of my head, I don't remember which verses, but it's in chapter 16. You're dealing with two different ones there. The Lazarus here is a poor beggar. It's the one that's covered in sores all over. He's the one sitting at the rich man's gate. The one that is raised in a real historical miracle by Jesus is the one in John chapter 11. That's the brother of Mary and Martha. And that is the one that Jesus loves dearly. That's the one that he loves dearly. They're not the same person. They're completely different context. And as far as I am aware, I don't think, and Daniel's a legend. Daniel will probably be able to tell you too. Daniel, if there's anyone that I can tell you is a legend, Daniel, AB, Jimmy. We got so many that are amazing at debating, and I know this. I doubt that there's any church fathers that conflate them either. I don't think any early church fathers conflate them either. So yeah, so they're two different figures. They're two different ones. Thank you for the support. Repent before late. God bless you, my friend. You are a new one here in my channel. I'm glad, right, man? I'm glad to see the channel growing with more people coming in. God bless you, my friend. Thank you for your support. Was Luther secretly a woman? That would make sense, man. It would make sense for him being cranky all the time, man. For him, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it because then the women are not going to be happy. He changes his mind a lot, too. Daniel, you're going to get me in trouble, Daniel. Daniel, you're going to get me in trouble. You're going to get me in a lot of trouble. He changed his mind a lot. You know, kind of like, women can never decide where they want to go eat. Women are always cranky. You just say one wrong thing and they're in a bad mood, and that bad mood lasts all day long. I don't know. Maybe Luther was, maybe he really wanted to be a woman. I'm joking, man. I'm joking. Yes, man. Yeah, I keep having the image up. Just to remind you, we got that coming soon. God bless you, faithful. You all are tremendous. You all are Amazing. You guys rock. How long do we have? God bless you. Repent before late. Was that helpful? Repent before too late. Was that helpful, brother? Thank you for your support, Faithful. We've got 7 minutes. I'm joking, Faithful. 7 minutes, and then we've got to rush out. I do want to thank you all again. I want to thank you all for your support. I love you all dearly. I saw a question. We have time for at least 2, maybe 3 more, and then we'll wrap it up. And I do want to thank you all again for your support. And I'm going to try and come back later on to do a late evening one by the grace of the Lord. Here's a great one from the goated, the legendary Lena Molina. Lena Molina says, do guardian angels lead people? What about the worst of sinners? Good question. No, guardian angels will never abandon you, even if you're in grave sin. Now, you can turn away from their guidance. Many people do. Many people do. But they will not abandon you. They will never abandon you. I think the key thing is this, Lena Molina, the one thing that people don't realize is the Greek is a very powerful Greek in the Gospel of St. Matthew. Very powerful when it tells you in Matthew, the Gospel of St. Matthew, chapter 18, verse 10, their angels always behold the face of my Father in heaven. Our Lord is speaking of their angels. And that is the case even for those that fall into sin. Even the most dastardly sin. Even the most dastardly sin. Now, there's also no hint that an angel will abandon you, maybe be reassigned, or maybe Lena Molina has an incredible guardian angel, and maybe Lena Molina sins and it'll get reassigned to another. Not at all. Or maybe Abel or B. Mitch, they have their guardian angels, and their guardian angel finds out they are Real Madrid fans. Real Madrid is a team from the pit of hell. I got to be clear. Real Madrid are from the pit of hell. But their angel won't abandon them and go to another person. No, their angel realizes that they're not perfect people. None of us are perfect. Some people like teams that are from the pit of hell that cheat and buy UEFA Champions League trophies, but their angels are not going to leave them. Notice how our Lord is speaking of their angels. So even if you fall into grave sin, your angel is not going to abandon you. You can, and other people have fallen into incredibly grave sin, but your angel isn't going to abandon you. Now, what can happen, though? What can happen? Can you be more receptive if you're holier, partaking of the sacraments, open to the Lord? Can you be maybe more receptive of receiving more graces from your guardian angel? Can your guardian angel help you and guide you? Yes, as long as you're open to it, without a doubt. But you can also, as a sinner, you can also resist. As a sinner, you can also ignore the angel, which is not a good thing, because the angel will warn you. There are warnings given. The angel can warn you and inspire you and protect you, but you can reject that. That is possible to be rejected. All right, I think we got to wrap it up. Got time for one more, and then we gotta rush out. We gotta rush out. God bless you, Faithful. Oh, Abel's there. I don't think so, man. Hey, God bless you, B. Mitch. Yes, I did. I wanted to come here and be able to do a show, and thank you all for your help and your support. Your help and your prayers, they've meant the world. And I did ask for many of y'all to help me with prayers. And the prayers were beautiful. Lizard and Ari are the biggest haters. Who's TJ, man, now I finally realize TJ's on my side. TJ, that was a great decision. I'm glad that it was my choice to make you moderator. Shh. Hope Ari's not around. Ari will say it was her choice. Shh. Let's pretend for a moment it was mine, all right? Shh. TJ, you rock, brother. Thank you for your support, my friend. Faithful, we're going to close the doors to the dojo. You all are tremendous. You all are great. We love you all dearly. I want to make sure I didn't miss any super chats, any questions. Didn't miss any, right? All right, Faithful, we're going to play our closing outro. And I want to thank all of you all that sent in super chats. In fact, I can't close it without praying. the wonderful musing from this brother St. Francis Baby Toe. I like to open with one and close with one. We got to close with one. We got to close. Hold on. Got to close. Hold on. Let's do this one here. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's wonderful. It's about Papa Joseph, and it'll inspire me tonight as I spend the evening taking my daughter to dinner. Faithful, thank you for your incredible support. It allows me to spoil my daughter tonight. Thank you so much. We love you dearly, Faithful. We're going to pray. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Glorious Papa Joseph, how much was your heart grieved at the birth of Jesus? Was your heart broken when you saw the creator of everything, born in the stable of lowly animals? The God of the universe can possess anything he wants, yet he was born into poverty. He didn't desire the finest garments, for he asked Mary for a single tunic for life. He didn't desire to live in palaces, for he was a poor foreigner in Egypt, and he settled in a backwater town called Nazareth. He was born in poverty, and he taught that being poor in spirit was a chief good. Holy Papa Joseph, did the realization of this excite your sorrowful and most chaste heart? The Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Faithful, we love you dearly. We'll make an effort to do a late night theology extravaganza, but I can't promise. I might get here a little too late. Pray for me, Faithful. I love you all dearly. And thank you for your wonderful prayers and for your incredible support. Your support allows us to be here and to do what we're doing. Love you all. Pray for me. I'll be praying for you. And there's the alarm. There's the alarm. And I promise you a video later on. Some of that little terror there. God bless you, Faithful. I love you all dearly. You guys and gals rock.